Welcome back to another episode of Building Australia as a footballing nation. And we've gone through the January transfer window and we've had our youth intake this year as well. And we are towards the back end of this season. And on this episode, we will cover our January transfers, as you can see on the screen right now. Look at some of our top youth prospects and play the Asian Champions League final. It's been such a journey since the last episode, and you're in for a real treat. First up, let's have a look at the ins and the outs, and we got Kyle Adams in to play left back for us. The Kiwi, I didn't realise that Kiwis were foreigners in Australia because of Wellington are in the league and they have a lot of Kiwis, but apparently a foreign player to them is an Australian player. So yeah, got really confused with that one. So it made the transfer window very, very difficult as we had to get rid of some foreign players. And as you saw, Simone Zaza was one of them, and Amalfitano as well. Because what we did was we brought in Ulrich Saltnes from Bodo Glimt on a free to replace Amalfitano. Now, he's not the same sort of player as Amalfitano, but he's been absolutely quality for us in the A-League and in the Champions League as well. Been an absolute rock in the centre of the midfield. Along with a North Korean striker. Lads, I won't lie to you, I only brought him in because he was North Korean. He's scored a fair amount of goals, but he's not the long-term striker for us. We are looking at players like Aaron Connolly, whose contract is expiring at the end of the season, to push our league forward and to push our team forward as well. He'd be so much better than this. This guy is a stopgap. I'm being honest, he's a stopgap. And then we lost Romain Amalfitano, didn't want to sign a new contract, wanted to go back to France, playing in France with Bordeaux. Fair play to him, was very, very good for us. Simone Zaza didn't want to sign a new contract with us, so he went back to Italy to play for Vicenza. He was still got it in him, he was still a very good player. But unfortunately, he didn't want to sign, so he had to sign a new striker to replace him. We did get a couple of excellent ballers, and for me, the best baller of the bunch was Jacob Hugo, who's been absolutely class for us in the Asian Champions League. 3 goals, 3 starts, 2 off the bench, 1 assist. Hasn't scored a league goal for us yet, and he's played 7 times from the start and 5 off the bench, so he is developing nicely. For me, he's one of the best talents that Australia have currently on my save, especially playing at Cam. He can replace players like Rogic even and Aaron Moy. And he's been absolutely class. He's going to be a big player for the Wanderers. He could be a player that we sell on for big money in the future as well. The second best of the bunch is left back Massimo Schimmel, who's played a few games for us, just started to come into the first team. He's been training with the first team since he came through. His stats don't look the best. I feel like if he plays, he will develop and he'll have a great season next season as well. But we need to give him game time. We need to get him to develop because Traore is going out of the club. He's 35. This guy could be the long-term replacement. He could replace the current left-back we've got as well, given time and given playing time. And given if he develops as well, we are in for an absolute baller at left-back for our team and for the national side. The A-League regular season is over and we smashed it. We only lost 2 games again this season, plus 45 goal difference. And they did come towards the end of the season as well, which was very, very disappointing. But we were more focused on the Asian Champions League, which makes absolute sense. Borello, top goal scorer in the league. Our strikers didn't get it done this season, but our winger did. And we dominated domestically at this point, winning the Australian Cup, winning the regular season back-to-back, and we're going to win the playoffs as well. There's no doubt in my mind that we win that. But the more impressive thing has been the run in the Champions League. We went through in the group stage very, very easily. We won every single game bar one. And then as we moved on, look at all these greens here. And we beat Seoul, which I thought would be a tough game for us, but we actually really put them to the sword. Then we came up against Oscar's team from China. 2-1, shaky win at home. That was me thinking, okay, quarterfinals is great in our first season in the Champions League. But we went and did the business. We lost 3-2 away from home, but we went through on the away goal ruling that they have in Asia. So God bless that. And then it was a similar story in the semi-final against a very strong Thai side. We beat them 3-1 at home. Could have been more, should have been more. But we lost 2-1 away from home to go on to get to the final against a very strong team called Al Dulal from Qatar. The Red Knights, they've got an unbelievable squad. And in my opinion, I think this final might be one step beyond us this season. Because if you look at their squad, it is absolutely stacked. They've got players like Abdou Diallo, Cesar Azpilicueta playing for them as well. They've even got Luca Pellegrini and Michael Alunga up front. It's going to be, honestly, the toughest game we've had as Wanderers manager. Well, the toughest 2 games. Can we get through the final? Can we win the Champions League? Let's find out. It was a nail-biting first leg against Al Dalal, but we came out on top at home, and our home form could be the key as Antonis whipped in the first goal in the 11th minute. But after that, it was all them. But we hit them with a second goal just before the 30th minute, as there's a mistake from Diallo, and the North Korean striker could not miss from there. 2-0 in the first leg. Come on, the Wanderers. Let's go. And as you can see, it was a fairly equal game. We had better possession. We were more fouls. But to be honest with you, they should have scored twice. Thomas put in the performance of his life. One more game, lads. One more game, and we are Asian champions. Big second leg in the final. I'm not a fan of these two-legged finals. In my opinion, we should already be champions, but we go to Al Dalal in Qatar. We've been to Qatar with Australia before, and we've come out on top. Let's go, the boys. Come on, let's go and get this Champions League medal in the bank in only our second season. Their squad so good. 5 at the back at home as well. They're looking not to concede. By the look of it, we're coming up against Hernan Crespo as the manager. Our form is terrible. 1 win in 5, and that was the last game we won as well. Can we get the dub in this game? Let's go, the Wanderers. Come on, boys. Bring home the Champions League. Here we go. Come on, boys. Can we hold on? We've had the better of the game so far, but just not taking our chances. 10 shots and 2 on target. We really need to be doing better here. Here is Baldaf on the ball, moving it to Madibo. Saltnes intercepts into Yengi. Come on, Yengi, lad. Yengi, keep going. Yengi. Oh, it's well defended. Yengi didn't look for the press there as they try and hoof it forward. Come on, we've got to win this ball. Van Heck beaten in the air. You don't see that often. There's Alunga's in. Alunga now finds Montari and he gets one back. And now it is squeaky bum time for the Wanderers. We've just had 2 centre mids injured as well as we make this. How is that not off, by the way? As we make this transition into this highlight. We've had to take off 2 centre mids and put on 2 not very strong centre mids. So this could get messy for us. This could cost us the Champions League final. Let's hope it doesn't. Nam, we've got to press better than this. Where's the left back gone? He's just gone wandering. He's not really a great player, Warmering. He is a scholarship player for the club as Semedo brings the ball forward. And here's Allah. Nam's in. He scores, but he's offside. Is he offside? It's not offside. It is a goal, and they're back in the game. And this changes the game plan for the Wanderers. Robertson has had a poor game, so he's coming off, and we're relying on a 16-year-old to get the job done as Tate Russell comes forward to Popignon. This could be potentially the last attack of the game. Here is Bozanic. Oh, no, Bozanic, no. Why, Bozanic? Why? Montari, I think Ali Raki's through, but Thomas cleans up. It is heart-in-the-mouth moments for both sides now, because a goal here would win it for either team. As Robertson progresses the ball. Go on, Kim. Kim, find the pass. Find the pass. Popignon! Popignon! Yes! Popignon! What a goal wins it for the Wanderers! As we do it with less than 30 seconds to go, Popignon gets the goal and we'll make the sub to kill off time. And we can't believe it. In our first season in the Champions League, a late winner. We might have lost in Qatar, but we won the battle overall and we've done it. We've secured the AFC Champions League in our first season. Hopefully that pushes Oz up the ratings in terms of the league's ratings. Hopefully we're not the 9th best league in age now. We've just showed that these boys play for the badge, and the young Brighton lad came off the bench and scored to win it for us. This is an unbelievable achievement from the boys. Look at ticker tape and firework time. I am out of breath. Emotions are all over the floor. Al Dalal should have wiped the floor with us, but we've beaten them over 2 legs. We were the better team over 2 legs, in my opinion. And we move on to next season.